What's up, sippers? Welcome back to Sip and Spiral. Grab your drink of choice and let's spiral through the weird and wonderful together. What's up, Wendy?
Hey, I am so excited to do today's recording. I'm gonna sing. What are you sipping on today?
I am sipping on a high noon
What flavor?
because I feel like today is about to get spicy.
Spicy. What flavor is it? I can't see very well without my glasses.
This is lemon. I love lemon.
Same.
What are you sipping on?
I am sipping on a nice glass of Sauv. Not Sauv. What is this? Cabernet? I normally drink Sauv Blanc. This is Cabernet, and the reason I get confused is I looked at my box of wine that I poured said Cab from, because your girl loves a box of wine, and the name of it is Cabernet Sauvignon, and I always forget that it's both, and it looks weird to me. So I was going to say I'm sipping on Cabernet Sauvignon, and then I said Sauv Blanc, but this is 100% Cab.
Delicious.
Delicious. Oh, so good. It's a newer box too, so you know it's crisp and delicious.
Ooh,
Um,
yes.
okay, so I have to tell you about my morning. This morning
Okay.
I got up and the first thing I always do is go and take my morning pills like a grandma. So I have a pill box. I have a morning pill box and I have a night pill box, and it's each day of the week. So I go to get my morning pills and I'm like, "Oh, it's Thursday already. Like the week has flown by for me." And because I'm not working currently, I'm in between jobs, I opened I was like, man, this week really flew. And the only way I knew what day it was by my pill container that is this big. One for each one is that big. And I gave myself the ick. Two reasons. Number one, that I didn't know what day it was. And more importantly, the only reason I realized what day it was is because of the pillbox container that I use at 42 years old. Little icky.
I mean, some people use calendars, but pillboxes are as effective.
It's like, okay. And it's like the big grandma kind, so it's easy to open. So I gave myself the ick this morning. And the ick is so popular right now. Everybody's talking about icks. And this is really popular with this is okay, we're going to explain what an ick is really quick to the one person that might be listening that isn't keeping up, my sister. So for my sister Kelly, this is what an ick is, since you probably don't know what that is. It is a very popular thing, especially with young kids in their 20s, even early 30s, about what gives them the ick about either the opposite sex or the same sex, that, you know, somebody that they're interested or attractive to, and they have long list on their phones. So all these icks about like why I, Wendy, would be a guy could give me the ick if I was still in the dating world. And I just think it's so good. I think it's so good. I love the ick trend. I love it.
I do too. I think we should just grab our sips and let's get into some icks.
Woo! Oh, grab some sips. Let's get into some mix.
That's good.
I actually, in prepping, like, because I knew we were going to talk about this today, I asked my college age niece, what are some things? I'm like, what do I see things on TikTok or Insta or whatever social, and I'm like, is this real, or are girls just trying to be funny on the internet, or guys just trying to be funny on the internet, whatever it is. And so I asked my niece, who's in college, I'm like, what are some things that guys do that give you the ick or your friends? So she sent me a list back. And it's just the traditional things that you would think of, you know, whatever. When a guy has bad breath, or a guy or girl has bad breath, when they act like a baby. And I think that means like throwing a fit. Baby talking, which I didn't know was a thing that guys or girls did. Baby talking was on their list. Singing the wrong words to a song or a rap.
Now, are we freestyling or They are confident that they know the words because I feel like I do that.
I think confident that they know the words is not an ick. Freestyling maybe is an ick. Like, who sings this
Yes.
song?
Okay.
Remember that old joke? Hey, who sings this song?
Oh,
Let them.
you should let them.
Prove it. Bad hygiene. And then the final one that I was sent a list of from college girls is when a guy runs. Now, I assume I assume they meant like when they like run away from a relationship or ghosting or like run away from feelings. But I also it could be how they physically run, and if that's the case, that's an ick I can get behind. Just when guys run. I thought what do you think which one do you think that means?
I mean, probably physically run because when a guy runs from a relationship, I'm like, bye, see you later, thank you.
Yeah. But when you were in your college age, I don't think we would have thought that. I think we would have been like, ugh,
I wish more people would have run.
regardless of age. But if
Yes,
it's physically running, I just,
myself included.
if it's physically running, I just keep picturing Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. That does give me the ick. That scene gives me the ick about Johnny Depp.
Honestly, I was out for a run the other day, and my friend and I saw a guy run past us, and we both did one of these and looked at each other like, is that for real? And we burst out laughing. And I'm like, I am laughing out of secondhand embarrassment.
You got the ick. So what we're gonna
And
do?
then I said, and then I said, you know what? You do you, man. You're out here doing your thing. Don't let me
Yeah,
stop you.
it's a fine line between live your life, but it can still give you the ick even if we support people. So listeners, what we're going to do today is we are going to just get it all off our chest of what gives us the ick. Now we have sourced some icks from friends of ours, and we are going to just rapid fire. Before we do that, and we'll explain the rules of our rapid fire ick session. Um, so the rapid fire ick list, we are just going to go back and forth, Sarah, on what gives us the ick.
I'm here for it. And my list that I'm going through are all my icks, and I will get into some sourced icks later. So these are all mine.
Okay, so let's do it this way. Let's go back and forth, you going first. The important thing about this ick list is we are not going, no notes. No, we just say an ick and then we have to move it on to the next ick. We cannot spiral out on every single ick. So rapid fire icks, no notes.
No notes.
What if we want to, okay, we'll give each other 2 vetoes on the no notes. So 1 to 2
Okay.
vetoes. If there is an ick that we want to just get into, we can veto the no notes part 1 to 2 times.
Okay.
Let's go. Ick, ick, ick.
Let's go.
All right. I'm taking a sip while you get into your first ick. Cheers,
I'm
cheers,
taking a
cheers.
sip. Okay. First ick. Corgis.
Side by side pictures of children, your own children, saying, don't the kids look so much alike? So older child, younger child, putting their baby pictures right beside. Don't they look so much alike? They have the same parents. They're going to resemble each other. Ick.
The word blouse.
The word moist.
When somebody pushes their sleeves, their long sleeves up over their elbow, when they're wearing a jacket or a sweatshirt. Like, just take it off.
First,
Gross.
you pointed to your shoulder, but you meant elbow. Like,
I pointed to my elbow.
Oh, fingernails and toenails. Fingernails and toenails. All inclusive.
Um,
Fingernails and toenails.
yes. Hotmail accounts.
Oh,
Ick.
bushy eyebrows on older men. Like the
Oh, I
these
think it's endearing.
eyebrows.
I think it's endearing.
No
They
notes.
have earned it. No notes.
They literally just
Um,
are looking at you like this.
they've earned that right.
Ick.
Um, people that can wiggle their ears.
Ugh.
Oh my God, I hate it. I hate it. It is gross.
Um, people that can like hyper extend parts on their body and contort. Ugh, that gives me the ick. Ugh, my nephew does it all the time. Ick.
Ugh. People that eat pork rinds. It's so gross. Like I don't get it. Of all the chips you could choose, like pork rinds is it? Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yesterday on the interstate, I saw a billboard for a bikini hip replacement. And I don't know if it was like some cosmetic procedure or if they actually do a hip replacement for to look better in bikinis. Immediate ick. Immediate ick.
Do
Bikini
you
hip
have
replacement.
multiple? d I know you have two hips. Are there more?
Ick.
I'm on board. Um, People that are obsessed with a color, not like your favorite color. Everyone has a favorite color, but like obsessed, like everything, your pins, that you wear it, your steering wheel cover is, and you're just obsessed, like everything has to be this one color.
A steering wheel cover.
Unless
Ick.
you're in high school.
That's my next one. A steering wheel. I mean, even if you're in high school, ick. Those things. Think how
Oh, I
dirty
had
those
one.
things get. Ick.
I had one. I loved it. Magicians. Magicians at bars.
At bars.
Do
What
not
about
come to my table and show me a card trick. I am not interested.
what
There is
about
not enough cocktails in this place to get me interested in what you're about to show me.
I've never seen a magician in a bar. Is that a real thing?
Unfortunately.
Cyber trucks. Ick.
CrossFit.
Um, being late. If I am on time, I am late. Being late. Someone being late, me being late. Ick.
Honest. Like that is true. That grinds my gears.
Yeah.
Um, I hate when I get the ick when somebody is telling a story and then they all of a sudden throw a word in a different language. Like, oh, I was at dinner the other day with La Familia and we ordered macaroni and cheese and rigatoni. And I'm like, so you're fluent in Spanish is what you're saying. Like throwing in
Yeah.
a different language for one word, oh, it grosses me out. It gives me the ick. I need nothing else
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah, done here. What about if somebody speaks Spanish while they're in Germany? Does that give you the
I
ick?
love it. Here for it.
See.
At least you're trying.
See. Um, when you mop a floor or what's the Swiffer whatever wet jet when you do that but then when stepping on it after it's sticky, ugh, gives me the ick like nothing else. It's clean and I know it's clean, but my house shoes stick to it. Ugh, ick.
Ick. Bumper stickers and vanity plates.
I'm gonna veto. I need to veto the no notes. I think those are two
So
very different things.
they give me the same ick.
Say more.
So a bumper sticker is like, my kid's on honor roll at such and such school. I'm like, for that semester, are you updating it? But also, like, why spend your money on a car that you're going to drive around? You're spending all that money and then you're going to put a sticker on it?
For stickers, I can get behind an ick. It's not an immediate ick for me, but there are a lot that give me the ick. But it's not all inclusive for me.
I don't understand why, like, bumper stickers, which I get what I'm about to say, then defeats the purpose of it being called a bumper sticker, but why not make it a magnet?
Oh, yeah.
You can't take it off, and then it's like, okay, now you want to sell your car
Yeah.
and you lose the value in it because you have, like, my kid's on honor roll from 1994 on the back of your car.
Yeah. Or your kid drops out of school and now you're just a liar driving around with the honor roll.
Yeah.
Now, do all vanity plates give you the ick or certain ones?
Not all. It's definitely certain ones. I feel like vanity plates are like you have an inside joke with somebody and you think it's so funny, but like the people reading your vanity plates aren't in the inside joke, so it's like, okay, that's not funny. Like, what are we doing here?
Our entire language with each other is inside jokes. Do we give everyone the ick all the time? Yes.
Probably, but I'm not putting it on my car either.
Fair. I do like I don't mind a vanity plate when it's like sports themed. Doesn't bother me at all. Love to see it.
Yes, it is certain vanity plates if you're driving like a historic car or something like that or sports related that everyone knows, but it's like I'm not going to give an example because they
Yeah,
might be
don't.
listening.
Remember when we were
Sorry.
driving?
These are my icks.
You can have your own list of icks. Let us know what your icks are. We'd love to hear them. We were driving to Virginia once and we saw the Tebowing license plate. Big Tim Tebow fan in Virginia.
Big Tim Tebow fan.
Long after Tim Tebow was playing football. All right, vanity plates and bumper stickers. Carnations, the flower. Ick. Ick.
Announcing social media breaks. If you announce that you are taking a social media break, for what it's worth, I immediately unfollow you because I know you're about to be back in 12 hours. And
Yeah.
I don't want to hear your reentrance.
Yeah. I am going, another one on my list that I'm going to bump up, piggybacks on that. Going on social media and asking for thoughts and prayers or this or that and being wildly vague. Like you're seeking out attention. You want people to ask you what's going on, but you're not going to tell them. Then don't go on social media. Ick. I am
Ick.
nosy. If I will pray for you, no questions asked, but you got to tell me what I'm praying for. I need to know everything. I need to not be involved in anybody's business, but know everybody's business at all times.
I will pray for you with no notes. You need a prayer, I'm here for you to help you through it. But outside of praying, I want to know the details. I'm too nosy for it.
Yeah, like we're having things have been hard lately. This season of life is tough. I know I'll get through it. If you could just be thinking about me and sending positive vibes. Yeah, I'll send you the positive vibes, but what's so hard right now? Take a break from social media for 3 months and then come back.
Don't announce it.
Don't announce it.
My next ick is when generally it's guys that do this. Put their sunglasses on the back of their neck, or if they're wearing a hat backwards and they put it on the back of their hat.
Also, white sunglasses.
That's on my list. Literally, it says white sunglasses.
It's on my list too. Um,
Blech.
a thing that gives me an ick is when people don't know all the words or sing along to Bohemian Rhapsody. It's not even know all the words. If you don't start singing Bohemian Rhapsody, ick. Get out of my life.
Get out of my life. When people work out with when girls work out with their hair down, that's long enough to be pulled in a ponytail.
Or they go to the beach with their hair down when it's 100 bajillion degrees. Ick.
Yeah.
I know what's going on under that hair. And it's icky. It's real icky. I lost my place on my list. You go again.
Okay. Distressed leggings.
Like when holes and stuff in them? Mm-hmm. Bras.
Yeah.
Bras.
Yeah.
Give me the ick. The thought of putting a bra on, no thank you.
Is
Also
it
seeing
wearing
other
it
people
or like seeing them?
both, I think.
Okay.
I think it's both.
When people wear a knee brace. I was watching a show the other day and they were doing a competition and this person was wearing a knee brace and it was like, it was loose. It looked like it was probably a knee brace from like the early 2000s. So there was no elastic left in it. I'm like, what is that doing for you?
That's not doing anything to stabilize that knee.
No.
When you go to a NASCAR race, there's a lot of jean shorts and knee braces. Lots of them. You have to finish your drink when you see one of those. That's the drinking game. I'm going to get into some sourced icks along with some that resonated with me as well. When people get white spit up built on the corners of their mouth.
Yeah.
It's an ick.
That's gross. I get the ick with picky eaters that make it my problem. When we go out to eat, if there's something that you don't like, just don't order it. But I don't need a dissertation on why you don't like it, can't eat it, don't want to eat it. I don't need all that. Just order what you want, and I'll order what I want, and that's it. It does not need to be my problem.
I feel attacked a little bit on this one. Is
Don't
this
make it
your
my
way
problem.
of just telling me everything that you don't like about me?
That's the next segment.
Stay tuned. Putting an R in the word wash. Worship.
Oh, sometimes I do that as like to be funny, but when people really say that.
My grandpa said it, so I loved it, but that was sourced.
Doesn't bother me.
Me neither.
I'm also going to get into some sourced icks. Work potlucks.
Oh, gross. Potlucks or buffets in general. Ick.
Ick.
Unless you are one of 5 people that I am very close to and I trust you. Gross.
Yeah, yes.
This was one that was sourced, but it's so real. The smell of a dive bar the next morning, like they used Red Bull in their mop water.
And then your feet are still stuck to the ground.
Not from a wet jet. Oh, the smell. I can smell it.
Gum on the sidewalk. Why the sidewalk? There's likely grass around or a gutter. Why
trash
where
can.
people are walking?
Yeah, or trash. Like, if you are not responsible enough to throw your gum out in either a piece of paper into a trash can or keep it in your mouth until you can, you shouldn't be chewing gum. If you are giving gum to a child who isn't responsible enough to spit it out appropriately and it goes on the sidewalk, immediate get out of my face. Ick, ick, ick. I don't like gum. Gum kind of, it gives me the ick a little bit in general. Taking your shoes off on a domestic flight. It grosses me out. Ick.
It grosses me out too.
Especially if
We're
you're putting
comfortable.
especially if you're putting that foot up on the armrest right behind my arm. Nope. No fly zone. Get out of here.
No. The little sticker on produce. Like if it is like in the sink or on the counter.
Not even that for me. It just gives me the ick because I then have to like pick it off, even if it's not somewhere stuck somewhere random, which also is icky. Then you pick it off, and I'm taking off like a piece of the bell pepper skin. Like, don't do that. Don't put any stickers on my produce. Ick. Parents baby talking like they're first grader.
Baby talk.
Period. No notes.
Period. No notes.
Period. No notes.
Beard hairs in the sink. Really, any hair in the sink.
Uh-huh. Or all around the sink from shaving. Yeah.
Guys telling me to smile more.
Say it again for the fellas in the back.
Do not tell me to smile more, and do not tell me to relax.
Have they ever worked when they've told you that?
They have never worked in the history of all of my years on this planet. They will never work. It actually has the opposite effect. So
yeah. Which leads me to my final ick. Do you have any more you want to get out? Because I'm about to.
I have one more.
Go.
When people say to piggyback off that, I feel like we could do a whole episode on corporate icks.
Oh, that's a whole thing. Piggyback, circle back, creating some synergy. Oh, ick. Piggyback on something. There's a lot of lingo that gives me the ick.
But we can table that for later, and we can go into the ultimate ick.
Okay, so guys telling you to relax and smile more, which is the ultimate ick of all icks. It's the patriarchy. The patriarchy.
The ultimate ick.
The ultimate ick. So why is the patriarchy the ultimate ick? I want to start out by saying the patriarchy being an ick does not mean I hate men. Quite the contrary. I love men. Very much. I mean, most men give me the ick for other reasons. But the patriarchy is not hating men. It is a society and a power based on your gender. And girls, we're living in it. Everything in our life that is icky is because of the patriarchy. I'm going to start with speaking of business and business lingo. Speaking of the patriarchy. Here's what shocks me about this is where I'll start with this ick. Roughly 51% of Americans are women. Majority, right? Slight majority, but it's pretty equal. Slight majority. Do you know how many women presidents we've had? Not a trick question. Zero.
Yes, I know how many.
Zero. That's not even a political stance. How is it that the majority or close to the majority of Americans are women and there isn't a single one qualified to run our country? Patriarchy. Ick. Also, I did a little research because I just knew from my own experience. But in 2023, this is all from AI. We are not researchers. We are not scientists. Of publicly traded companies in America, of all C-suite positions, meaning a C in front of their name, chief, whatever, only 12% were women. 88% of people who held a C-suite position in a publicly traded company in America are men. You mean to tell me that there isn't a not unjust, but there isn't an imbalance there? Are women not smarter, as smart as men? I don't even want to be smarter. Am I not as smart as a man? Are people that look like me, talk like me? Like, what is wrong with women? You trust us to have your children, to make your doctor's appointments, to buy your you trust us to do everything for you. That's the collective we, not me necessarily, but we can't run a business. Get on out of here with that. Also in business, there is like an invisible emotional toll of the patriarchy. Who organizes, in the most cases, who organizes office birthdays, who takes lunch orders for everybody. The number of times in my career that I've had to take notes in a meeting where it is not my job to take a note. I am peers or a level up in terms of job title than people around me, and I'm still the one taking notes. Patriarchy. Also, here are things that have actually been said to me in my career. Have been said to me, I would say in the last X amount of years, that I'm a bull in a china shop. I have been told to quiet down because my voice is loud. I have been told by a potential client in the past that it's good that I don't have kids because my job in traveling would not be ideal for a parent. I was there to sell something to them that they asked me to come for. Patriarchy. That's just the business side of things. You gonna let me spiral here? You want me to keep spiraling?
Go for it.
All right, now let's get into healthcare. The most clinical trials or drug trials, not clinical trials, most drug trials are done on men because women ovulate, so they don't want it to skew the results. Excuse me, if 51% of Americans are women, can you make a drug that works for me, please? And guess who takes medicine? Not men, women. Please, please make sure things happen to me. There are 72 different pills for a dude when he can't sexually perform anymore, but the only cure for my endometriosis was a hysterectomy. Get on out of here. I'm icked. I'm icked the F out. Our health care as women is understudied, under research, underfunded because of the patriarchy. Who's in power or who has traditionally been in power? Men. It doesn't mean men, if you're listening, it doesn't mean you don't care about us. I genuinely believe the men in my life care about me or people that have the same gender as me. But it's just a fact. These are facts of life. Insert TV show theme song here. Menopause. I love the world right now taking on perimenopause and menopause and women talking about it because it's also like, oh, it's just hot flashes and moodiness. Like, no. If men had to go through period cramps or menopause or I'm telling you, there would be cures to this stuff. Why do women have to go?
Great.
And then hormone replacement therapy that actually stops you from menopause and makes your life bearable, which I am also on as a 42-year-old woman. It is expensive and it is hard to find doctors, for the most part, traditionally or historically, that will want to prescribe it for you. It is still a question I have to ask a gynecologist or a primary care. Do you feel comfortable prescribing me hormone replacement therapy? Because if not, I'm in menopause and it's miserable for the next 10 to 15 years. No, thank you. Finally, on health, ADHD. Also, there's a lot of things going on about ADHD. It has been underdiagnosed for women for so long, and they're finding now it's because women's symptoms of ADHD present so differently. And a male, traditional symptoms are like erratic behavior, disruptive behavior. So they would get tested and they would, and this is I understand this is newish over the last 30 years, but because it interrupts the day so much, men get diagnosed. Women, it presents as anxiety or questionable or thoughts fleeting. And women are just not diagnosed. They're like, oh, you have anxiety. Here's a pill to take all your emotions away because we're too dang emotional, supposedly. Get the F right out of here.
Yeah, and those are really
Parched.
alarming stats because especially around healthcare, like when women, and I'll speak for myself, when I go in for healthcare treatments, when it's specific to being a female, they're like, oh, there's going to be some mild cramping. Here's a Tylenol. But in reality, like you do need pain meds because there are some light or mild cramping that women deal with that is so painful. And there are lots of videos out there of men being hooked up to a simulator that lets them feel what it feels like to have period cramps and menstrual cramps, and they can't even handle it. And it's like, okay, now go about your day while you're
Yeah.
doing all of these things.
Yeah. Run a business, run a meeting at a business, have a job, take care of children while you are in the worst pain of your life. And like you go get a vasectomy, they give you 5 days worth of pain pills. You
Hmm.
have a child and they're like, here's a Tylenol, don't take it too often. It's crazy.
And your
Crazy.
recovery for a vasectomy is to rest. Men get it. They call it the March Madness special because they get it around March Madness so they can sit and watch basketball all weekend for 3 days and you get all this pain meds. Having a child, I got Tylenol and a stool softener.
To be clear, I am not advocating that men shouldn't, when you have a vasectomy, you should get pain pills. You should be off work because it's a procedure. All of those things should be true. But why can't we get the same? Why can't we get the same? Why do
Correct.
we have to be, as women, why do women have to be better to even get equal? Patriarchy. So now I think it might be fun to do some other just general icks about the patriarchy. If you want to rapid fire these, I have a few.
Go, you are all in.
I'm all in. I need to drink a cat. Also, because of the patriarchy, I'm drinking out of my RBG glass. Notorious.
Love it.
Because she said, they asked her, when will you be happy with how many women are on the Supreme Court? And she said, when there's 9 of us. Preach, sister. Mansplaining. The biggest ick of my fucking life is mansplaining.
You know what? That is a huge ick of mine too. And sometimes I try to, I mansplain back. And
Yeah.
the simplest thing, I'm like, let me break this down for you. And it's like how to make a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
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 Or how fantasy
Yeah.
football works or how sports work. Let me
Oh, and on
mansplain
top
it.
of that, let me mansplain it. And what also gives me the ick about the patriarchy is when I am talking sports with a man that doesn't know me very well, they say, man, you really know your sports, as opposed to I wouldn't know my sports, that I wouldn't know what coverage is in football. Like, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I don't know that. So don't give me a pat on the back for actually being knowledgeable about a hobby that I very much enjoy. Patronizing as fuck due to the patriarchy.
Yeah. I think it's even worse when they're like, you know a lot of sports for for being a girl.
Ugh, vomit.
Yeah. That's gross.
When guys, and I think this has gotten better, so I don't know if it's as bad as it used to be, but I also realize that I'm a lot older, so maybe they're just not saying it to me. But the term honey, sweetie, babe, sweetheart, oh, hey, hun, honey, can you get that for me? Like, just because I'm a female, I am not your boo. I am not your honey. I am not your sweetheart. I am not your sweetie. Get out of here.
Totally agree. I think with that one, it's situational for me. It doesn't always
Yeah.
bother me, but when it bothers me, I am
Ugh.
immediately icked. But it's not all the time. And I think it's who it is, and
Yeah.
there's not a clear definition or line that says if you are here, you're welcome to call me that. But like it doesn't ick me when like a grandpa does it or somebody
Oh,
that
no.
is clearly older than me and is trying to be nice, but it's like don't honey or sweetheart or doll me at work, or
Yeah.
when I am like out like getting stuff done. I have a story. I had to change the battery in my key fob,
Mm.
which is a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the battery store, and I was gonna change them in both my key fobs because I'm like they're the same age. They probably both need to be changed. And the guy that was working there gets me the batteries. He's like, "You want me to change it?" And I was like, "No, I can just do it at home. I've done it before, and I'm going to change the other one." And he's like, "Are you sure? It's pretty difficult."
I'm just taking a real deep sigh on this.
And I was like, "No." I said, "I appreciate that. If I had both of them here, like, yeah, I'd let you do it, but I got to do it at home, and I'm in a rush, whatever."
Yeah.
He doubles down on it being difficult. And I said, "Sir, I have a master's degree and I have two undergraduate degrees. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure I can figure out how to change a battery. But I appreciate your time. Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Goodbye."
And I bet when you walked out, he was like, that bitch. Guaranteed. Guaranteed he said it. In his head
I
or
hope
out
he was
loud.
saying that bitch.
That
I don't think he was doing
bitch.
that. I
That
don't think he was
bitch.
saying that, but that's what I was thinking in my head.
Yeah. I am that bitch, but I don't think he was calling you that. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
This is one. I don't have children, so I cannot relate to this. But something that gives me one of the worst icks in the world is when a father says that he's babysitting his kids or he's helping with his kids today. He can't do something. Sir, I think you're a parent. I don't think you babysit your own children. I can't. It's the biggest ick. It actually is my biggest ick. It's unrelated to the patriarchy, but that's what causes it. Biggest ick.
It doesn't bother me when they're like, "Hey, I'm watching my kid tonight." But it's when you say like you're babysitting.
Ugh.
Like, bro, you are not on payroll. You are not getting paid.
Uh-uh.
You are parenting your child.
Yeah.
But it does not bother me if like they're like, "Oh, his buddies want to ask him to go out," and he's like, "Oh, my wife's out, so I'm watching the kid tonight." That doesn't
Yeah, that
bother
doesn't
me.
bother. No, no, that's not icky. I think it's more of like I gotta help my wife with the kids, or I gotta babysit my kids. Like you should be helping your wife with the kids. That's not an extra responsibility.
I
Your
didn't
wife is only watching the kids all the time.
Your wife didn't bring this child into the world by herself. I have another
No,
ick.
do it.
I hate when guys say boys' night.
Oh,
I hate it.
oh,
Just say you're going
I
out with
hate
the
it.
boys. Girls' night, I'm here for.
That's what I was gonna say. I know this is gonna sound hypocritical, but girls' night not an ick. Boys' night is an ick.
Not an ick.
Not
But
an ick.
boys' night, I'm like, you're just going out with the guys.
Something that gives me the ick. I have a couple things here before we wrap up. Um, the patriarchy affects boys too. So it gives me the ick when people say to boys, stop crying, get tougher. That all gives me the ick. Like, that is not a male versus female thing. So, like, this is being instilled and detrimental to boys as well. When people are like, that's a girl color, that's a boy color, that drives me crazy. Ick, ick, ick. Be
Hmm.
like, oh, I would never let my son be caught dead wearing pink. It's like, okay, of all things in the world to give a shit about what your kid's gonna do, wearing a certain color probably shouldn't be one.
And if you are not comfortable in your parenting and you don't know how to handle emotional maturity, then make that about yourself, not about your child.
Correct. And when, as a woman, when I have to, if I'm traveling alone, and we've all done it, I have to get off on the wrong hotel floor sometimes. So if it's just me and a man in an elevator, I always have to get off on the wrong floor just in case. That is something I have done every time I've traveled because I have to be vigilant. I have to think of my surroundings at all times as a female. I still, at night when I'm by myself, walk with keys in between my fingers.
Yes,
So if
same.
you don't believe in the patriarchy and you're a man, have you ever walked with keys in between your fingers? And if the answer is no, or if you've never thought of it, that's the patriarchy. And we're not saying you support it, but we're saying it exists. So that's what we are. It is hard out here for the ladies. We are making strides, but I will always be icked out by the patriarchy that seatbelts are designed for the patriarchy. Think of grocery shelves. Who does most of the grocery shopping still? I think it's a little bit more mixed. At least in my household, it's mixed. But think of those high up shelves. I am 5'5". I cannot reach that shelf up there, and I'm the one grocery shopping. That's the patriarchy. Bathrooms at public places having the same amount of stalls. That is the patriarchy. Women should have more. I'm sorry. It takes us longer to go to the bathroom just genetically. We have more steps in our process, and if we're on our period, we have things coming out of us that you could never imagine. We need more time in that bathroom, and we need more bathroom stalls at the football stadium. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have all the icks on that.
When I'm at the grocery store, because I am not vertically challenged, sometimes I like to ask a male if he needs help getting something off the top shelf.
Yeah, so ladies, if you're out there and the patriarchy gives you the ick, just make subtle passive aggressive things to help you get through it because it does help. And I'll be clear, there are things that I can do a man cannot do. There are things a man can do that I cannot do. I let my husband, he is stronger than me. Physically, it's a scientific fact. He is stronger than me. I'm not saying all men are stronger than women, but he is stronger and taller than me. I like for him to lift heavy things for me. I like for him to take the trash out. I'm not saying everything. I am not the type of feminist that's like, I can do everything a man can do. All I'm saying is don't put your throat on my neck because I'm a woman. Hashtag quoted by RBG. Just remove that
Love
foot
it.
right from my neck so I can go. So before we wrap up officially, I thought this would be a good place in case any of our sippers out there need to hear this. We are talking to the ladies in this last monologue. If you saw Barbie, you know what monologue I'm talking about. This is from America Fiera in the movie Barbie. And I think it just wraps up why the patriarchy is so icky. She says, it is literally impossible to be a woman. You are so beautiful and so smart, and it kills me that you don't think you're good enough. Like, we have to always be extraordinary, but somehow we're always doing it wrong. You have to be thin, but not too thin. And you can never say that you want to be thin. You have to say that you want to be healthy, but you also have to be thin. You have to have money, but you can't ask for more money because that's crass. You have to be a boss, but you cannot be mean. You have to lead, but you can't squash other people's ideas. You're supposed to love being a mother, but don't talk about your kids all the damn time. You have to be a career woman, but also always be looking out for other people. You have to answer for men's bad behavior, which is insane. But if you point that out, you're accused of complaining. You're supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women because you're supposed to be part of a sisterhood. But always stand out and always be grateful. But never forget the system is rigged. So find a way to acknowledge that, but also always be grateful. You have to never get old, never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard. It's too contradictory, and no one gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault. So I'm just tired of watching myself and every single woman tie herself into knots so that people will like us. And if all of that is also true for a doll, she's referencing Barbie, representing women, then I don't even know what to do. So that's where I leave you, ladies. I think icks are fun. I think icks, I have a lot of icks in the world. The biggest is the patriarchy. It's the ultimate ick. And just be aware that as women, you're doing a good fucking job today.
I love it. No notes.
I loved sipping with you today. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Cheers. And to
Cheers.
anybody listening, thank you so much for sipping with us today and going on this journey and spiral of icks. We love to spiral out about things, and icks are one of them. If you are listening, please make sure to follow our podcast on either Apple or Spotify. Make sure that you like it, you comment, you interact with it. We love hearing what you're thinking. Engage with our Instagram at Sip and Spiral. Tell us what you want us to talk about, topics that might be relevant to you. We'd love to hear from you. And thank you for listening. We'll see you next week. Cheers.